Hello, everyone. Thank you for letting me spend just a few minutes of your time today. Before I even go any farther, let me remind you the books are available at authorjerrymitchell.com. Also, you go to givegod90.com and follow the links from there. And a friendly reminder is don't forget to push all the good buttons. You know which ones to push, right? That takes care of the advertisements. What I have today is not drastic. Okay, that's just that's not drastic. But I do need to be careful how I say some things, because it might sound like I'm going to question your faith, and that's not what I want to do. That's not at all what I want to do. Maybe, maybe explain how faith is kind of a little bit. But the example I have, I think you'll get it. I think you'll get it. Sometimes we don't get what we expect, right? Some things surprise us sometimes, right? We might be expecting something great big, not get it. So, we need to look in the Bible and say, okay, when somebody gets something they don't expect, when a faithful person gets something they don't expect, or even when a person who's questioning gets something they don't expect, how do they respond? And has anything changed? Take it out of the faith aspect for a moment. Have you ever been given a gift by someone and you just knew what they were going to get you, right? I mean, you just knew that when you opened that box, it was going to be exactly what you wanted. And you open the box and you're smiling and you're happy and you look in the box and it's, not at all what you expected. It could have been something much better. Could have been, a pair of socks. You never know, right? It's a present. You never know what to expect. That's kind of what we're going to look at today. Because being faithful doesn't mean you get all sunshine and rainbows. It's not the way it works. Sometimes you get that unexpected storm that blows up out of nowhere, right? Abraham didn't expect to hear what he hears in Genesis 22. Take your son, your only son, the only one you love. Go to the land of Moriah and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains I will show you. Now, imagine Abraham's surprise, right? God promises him a son. God gives him a son. Now he's saying, take your son and give him back. I want him back, Abram. You've had him long enough. I want him back. Not what a parent wants to hear. Not at all what a parent might want to hear. Think about it this way. You are a faith-filled person. You've enjoyed good health. Everything's going your way. And you wake up one day and you're like, something's just a little off. Don't feel quite right. You go to the doctor and you get a diagnosis you didn't expect. Now, there's a lot of people out there today who are saying, oh, the devil's attacking me because of my faith. Satan's really busy. He's just bugging me because of my faith. No, that's not always the problem. You see, you're really quick to blame Satan when it could be something different, right? Could be something different. Maybe you have faith that our Creator is going to heal you through some huge miracle, and it's going to make the Red Sea look small, right? Parting the Red Sea is going to look small compared to what our Creator is going to do for you. there's actually an example in the Bible found in 1 Kings chapter 5. Verse 1 begins, Now Naaman, the commander of the army of the king of Aram, was a great man in his master's sight and highly regarded. For through him the Lord had given victory to Abram, and he was a mighty man of valor. But he was a leper. So Naaman is this powerful, popular, famous person with a big problem. He's got a big problem. Verse 2, At this time the Arameans had gone out in bands and had taken a young girl from the land of Israel, and she was serving Naaman's wife. She said to her mistress, If only my master would go to the prophet who is in Samaria, that's where he was living at the time, he would cure him of his leprosy. So now Naaman's like, what? Somebody can help me? There's somebody who can help me? You've probably, if you've ever had a bad diagnosis or know someone who's had a bad diagnosis, maybe you're having issues that, this doctor, that doctor can't deal with, this lawyer, that lawyer can't deal with, that professional can't deal with whatever problem is. And then you hear about somebody and you're like, well, maybe that sounds good. That sounds good. Right? So Naaman now goes and tells his master what the girl from Israel said. Go, said the king of Aram. I will send you with a letter to the king of Israel. So Naaman departed, taking with him 10 talents of silver, 6,000 shekels of gold, and 10 sets of clothing. This is not a small thing. And the letter that he took to the king of Israel stated, With this letter I am sending my servant Naaman, so that he may be cured of his leprosy. And the king, like, who am I? I can't do anything about this. I'm no doctor. I can't help you. Here's Naaman getting all his hopes up. He's going to go see this king. And all of a sudden, the king's like, I can't help you. But in verse 8, when Elisha, the man of God, heard that the king of Israel had torn his clothes and he sent a message to the king. Why have you torn your clothes? You know you can't do anything about this. It's not your problem. Send the man to me so that he will know there is a prophet in Israel. He didn't say, send him here and I'll cure him. He said, you send him to me so that he knows there is a prophet in Israel. These people didn't live in a vacuum. They didn't have, the 24-hour news channels that we have today. They had, and I need to be careful how I say this, they had, the gossipers in the communities, right? Did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? Did you know? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about that? You know how it works. Have you ever sat in a restaurant in the morning and listened to the old folks? I hate eavesdropping on conversations, but sometimes you can't help it because they're sitting right behind you and they're talking very loud because they're all kind of getting hard of hearing. You know what I mean, right? So in verse 9, Naaman came with his horses and chariots and stood at the door of Elisha's house. Get this. This is hilarious. Verse 10, Elisha sent him a messenger who said, go wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will be restored, and you will be clean. Naaman comes all this way. He hears about this great prophet. He gets his hopes all up. He's saying, this is going to be great. I'm going to solve my problem. He gets to the house, And Elisha doesn't even come outside. He just sends the message right there. Just go tell him what to do. Just go do it. Verse 11. And here is how most of us are going to respond. Think about this, verse 11. Naaman went away angry, saying, I thought that he would surely come out, stand and call on the name of the Lord his God, wave his hand over the spot to cure my leprosy. You see, Naaman didn't get what he was expecting. Naaman did not get what he was expecting. Abraham didn't get what he was expecting. Naaman didn't get what he was expecting. A lot of times we don't get what we're expecting either. He got something very, very different. Verse 12. He continues, Are not Abana and Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters in Israel? Could I not have washed in those and been cleansed? So he's storming out of the place, right? He's like, this Jordan River, I'm not washing in the Jordan River. It's a nasty thing. I'll go somewhere else. Verse 13, Naaman's servants, however, approached him. They figured this out pretty quick and said, My father, if the prophet had told you to do something great, some great thing, would you not have done it? How much more then when he tells you, wash and be cleansed? You see, Naaman, he was a little arrogant, he was a little prideful, he was a little boastful. Aren't the rivers in Damascus better than the rivers here in Israel? I'm too good for this. I'm too good for this. His servant said, look, if he'd have told you to do something, go climb a mountain and plant a flag, would you have done it? Well, yeah. Well, why not do something easy? If you're willing to do the hard thing, why not do something easy? Verse 14, Naaman went down, dipped himself in the Jordan 7 times, according to the word of the man of God, and his flesh was restored and became like that of a little child, and he was clean. You see, his servants had the understanding, if the prophet had said, if you're willing to do something wonderful and great and hard, why not do the easy thing? Naaman was expecting some huge miracle. Something that would be more suited to his position because it was him, right? Instead, he got what he wasn't expecting. He was surprised when he needed to do something that was more humbling and more humiliating. If Elijah would have simply walked out and healed Naaman, where would Naaman have placed his faith? Would it have been in our Creator, or would his faith have been placed in Elisha? And Elisha, he knew this. He knew this. But here is what Naaman said. Then Naaman and all his attendants went back to the man of God, stood before him, and declared, Now I know for sure that there is no God in all the earth except in Israel. So please accept a gift from your servant. Are we expecting anything different today? Well, Elisha didn't take the gift. He didn't want it. He didn't want anything. What he really wanted, he got. His faith was, Naaman's faith was not placed in Elisha. It was placed in the Creator. Are we expecting some great miracle because it's me? I deserve a great miracle. When there's an easy solution. And when there's an easy solution, are we disappointed? Are we arrogant like Naaman? I deserve better than this. I deserve better than this. Are we expecting something? What's that? What super fantabulistic is a word that I heard many years ago, and I thought, well, that's one way to describe something really big, important. Super fantabulistic. Are we expecting something so super fantabulistic, and we get this simple solution? Something super fantabulistic that would make us famous. And what do we hear? Go take a bath. And we don't even hear it from somebody important. We hear it from an employee. How do we feel? How do we feel? Everybody who claims to trust our Creator wants to believe they have all the faith they need until something happens to remind us we're probably not as important as we think we are. Our Creator has the authority and the ability to do anything He wants. But He often chooses to humble the arrogant or to raise up the unknown into greatness, not for themselves, but for His plan and His purpose. Our faith should be measured by how much honor and glory our Creator receives through the things He does. The things He does for us, the things He gives to us. Our faith should not be measured by how important we might think we are because we say we're faithful. Our faith should be measured by how much honor and greatness our Creator receives for the things He does for us. So when you're expecting some great miracle and what you get is a simple, easy solution, don't be disappointed. Be joyful. Be thankful. Give our Creator the honor and the glory that He deserves without the showmanship of the sports star who kneels down after a great play or a great victory. But give Him the honor and the glory He deserves with the humbleness, the thankfulness, the appreciation of a truly faithful servant. Something to think about until next time. And until next time, I do wish you many blessings, everyone.